heavily at dusk when Cody walked out the door of his office, just as Ed Hamilton and a delegation of the town council hurried up.
"Got a minute, Marshal?"
"Reckon so," Cody said. "Just heading over to Miss Molly's for supper. Step inside out of the weather. What you men got on your mind?" The councilmen stomped snow from their boots and stepped into the office. They gathered around the pot-bellied stove and held their hands out to the warmth.
"We just wanted to tell you what a fine job you're doing," Hamilton said. "We just had us a little get-together over at the store and decided you deserve a raise. As of now, you'll be making $150 a month."
"Why, I'm much obliged."
"The way you stood up those killers was proof enough for all of us that you are the man for the job as Marshal of Trinidad. We just wanted to show our appreciation."
"Well, to tell it like it is, I wouldn't have had a chance if you and the townspeople hadn't helped."
Well, we'll run along. We don't want to keep you from supper."
"Like I said, I'm obliged for the raise. I'll do the best job I know how." The council members trooped out, and Cody headed for Miss Molly's. Juliana was helping Molly carry heaping bowls of food from the kitchen when Cody walked in. 3 other boarders sat, already sipping coffee and waiting.
"Pull up a chair, kid,"
Molly said in her usual booming voice.
"We'll have supper on the table before you can say scat. What with all that's been going on, I'm running a tad late, but Juliana's been a lifesaver. She jumped in and helped me, or it might have been breakfast time before you fellows got supper."
Juliana's eyes looked red to Cody, like she'd been crying. He supposed that would be natural, seeing how she'd just lost her father. As she placed a supper plate on the table in front of Cody, he grasped her hand and squeezed it for a brief moment. He saw her lips quiver before she turned and hurried back into the kitchen. She didn't return to the dining room until supper was over and the others had left. Cody sipped coffee and waited. She finally walked in slowly.
"Could we go for a walk?" she asked, her face sad. "I need to talk."
"Of course." He pushed from his chair. They walked through the falling snow along the street leading away from town. Neither spoke. Cody sensed that she had things on her mind, but wasn't quite ready to talk about them. The night was cold. Juliana pulled a white shawl she had borrowed from Miss Molly tighter around her shoulders. Cody shoved both hands into his pockets and hunched deeper into his sheepskin coat.
"I'm so confused," she finally said, her voice breaking. "So heartbroken. I still can't believe my father would do such a thing."
Cody said nothing. He simply listened, his heart aching for her.
"First my brother, then mother, and now my father. Seems like my whole world has fallen apart all within a few weeks. What am I going to do? Everyone I've ever loved is gone."
He reached a hand to brush snowflakes from her hair and encircled her shoulders with a strong arm. That simple touch seemed to open the floodgates of her pent-up emotions. She turned to him and buried her face in the hollow of his shoulder and wept. Her body shook with racking sobs. He held her close until the weeping softened, which took a while. It was a cold, gloomy day for a funeral. Snow stopped sometime during the night, but several inches covered the ground. A coffin containing the body of Arliss Higgins was loaded into a wagon. O.J. Goodson drove, and Juliana sat on the wagon seat beside him. A long line of wagons, buggies, and horsemen followed. Cody rode Cincinnati and led the procession. They arrived at the Higgins ranch by mid-afternoon. All the hands of the ranch had heard of the events in town and were gathered with hats in hand when the wagon containing the coffin pulled to a stop at the little family graveyard. Juliana felt like she was living a nightmare. She was aware of Cody being there. She felt his hand helping her from the wagon.